Hello viewers, this is BVI Channel 1 and we are live on Political Review. I'm Asu Channel Peters. Today is our pleasure to have in the studios with me the area father, Odudubareba One of Africa, the president of all frustrated Nigerians, including myself. And we are here to talk about the politics of 2023, beginning from the election to the upcoming 29th of May, the handover. Would or should Tinubu be sworn in as the president, as it were? Now, it's my pleasure to bring in my own father, the area father himself, the Odudubareba One of Africa. Sir, it's my pleasure to have you on the program.
The pleasure on my own part, so to be on your program.
Okay. Before we deliberate on the issues we are going to talk about, let us have a quick recap of or show of what actually transpired in courts and what people the updates coming from the courts today. As we all know, that the petition tribunal or election petition tribunal sat in court. The drama of the one they call a Papa or Pampas, and the one and also other issues that arose from the court with respect to the decision of the court today with respect to the matter concerning Peter Obi, applying that there should be a live transmission of the proceeding, of which, from what we've gathered so far, the court had said that there will not be a live transmission for that program, for that proceeding, actually. So Nigerians are really concerned about the whole development. They are not finding it funny with respect to how the whole thing is turning out to become. Now, that is the update that is coming from the court today, that there will not be a live transmission of the proceedings of the court. Okay, now let me bring in Father immediately to talk to us with respect to his own opinion regarding the election proper. Sir, give us your overview of the election, beginning with the conduct, the umpires, the INEC, the contestants, the top contestants, and the frustrated Nigerians. What is your assessment in just a jiffy?
Well, let's take it one at a time. First of all, the development will happen today, where then say there should not be any cameras in the courthouse. They can't live stream the proceedings. And I keep wondering, if nobody say we be a lawless country where anything can happen, I keep wondering why. The people where they talk say, they should not be live streaming or live coverage of that proceeding. What are they afraid of? Because it is clear that most of the things that happen are really not supposed to happen. But like I always tell people abroad, our country has become a jungle where anything goes. It's survival of the fittest. You cannot build a nation like that. It's not possible. But in all of this, I've chosen to see the silver lining. I've chosen to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Why? You remember now, you were also involved 5-6 years ago when I shall say, our mumu supposed do, our mumu supposed do. Even though I know say some people mumu na family inheritance, some na follow come. Okay, I cannot help but tell you right now, Chinedu, that I am happy of the rise in consciousness of the Nigerian youths, because I've always been singing it like a song, that the salvation of the contraption that you call Nigeria lies in the hands of these exceptional people. Who are those people? They are simply the youth. Now then go save this country. Sometimes when I just look at what is playing out, I feel so bad because, every year that rolls by, I'm no longer a spring chicken. The kind strength that they get 20 years ago, I no get them now. And the thing they pepper me for body. Even sometimes I don't even realize that I'm this old. I think say I still be boy. But like my frustration is coming down a bit because the exceptional Nigerian youths are taking charge and they are saying to all who care to listen, this cannot continue again. Because quite frankly, he who is down needs fear no fall. Because in Nigeria, young people are just existing. They are not living. They are not living their full potential. They are just existing. And they are sick and tired of it. I remember a lot of people had hope, about the 25th of February, Abi. But I wasn't too sure. And I told the few people, my few friends, that Nigeria will still happen. But I didn't know it was going to happen in such a horrific way. Look at the bigotry. Look at the tribalism. Look at the violence. All because somebody say, na my turn, na me go do, and whether I like them or not, I must be there. Why? Is that how a free and fair election should be conducted? Even before the election, for over 200 or 300 billion naira that was given to INEC, we got the highest assurance that this was going to be an election like no other in the history of Nigeria. Yes, it was an election like no other, because the kind violence we will see, the kind poto we will see, the kind division that we've come to see in the polity. I never see them since they born me for this Nigeria. And I've lived 95% of my life in Nigeria, if not 98. So it's so sad. But the thing where I'm anchoring my hope is on young people. And I want to say that it is pleasing to my heart that in my lifetime that I'm seeing the young people for once standing up and saying, no, we are not going to allow this nonsense. So we'll just have to see where it goes from here.
Okay, Father, honestly, we are so proud of you, and I'm so honored to be part of that movement. Our Mumu don't do. And now we be government. And seeing it coming to light, honestly, is a big plus to your tenacity, to your determination. You never lost hope. On the street, tear gassed, brutalized, humiliated, just for the downtrodden. Honestly speaking, Nigerian youths are proud of you and will always continue to be proud of you. I'm praying for you to still remain young for us as you have always been. Now, to the contestants, to you among the contestants that contested this election at the presidential level, we have never seen you come out openly to support any political candidate. Never before. And what actually changed this time? Because we saw you come out openly to canvass and mobilize, to speak and keep speaking on your candidates. What is driving you this time to have this paradigm shift to take a stand on the political happenings in Nigeria?
Well, we have to live for something and die for something. And I'm ready to die for something. I'm ready to die for what I believe in. I thank God it's not only me who is feeling that way. There are a lot of Nigerians what is happening. Yes, it's a fact that I've never endorsed anybody in my life, almost 72 years now. I never follow anybody. As a matter of fact, I don't like politicians. But, like I've always told young people, you cannot avoid politics because it has to do with your life, your livelihood, your future. Because we cannot leave politics just in the hands of politicians. We don't see, say, they work. Because most of these politicians, what they breed are criminals. As long as you have the propensity for violence, for vile things, for things unbecoming of a human being, na politics na him go enter now. So what made me stand behind Peter? I saw in Peter what I've never seen in other politicians. And like I've said from time to time, Peter has the trapping of Charly Boyo. He is consistent, he's audacious, he's tenacious. When I went to research what he did in Anambra, and I followed him, okay, before he really started to, spread like wildfire, I knew that this is a man of principle, who has moral, who has values that resonate with me, morals and principles that resonate with me. Like the morals and principles taught by my father, where my father injected in my blood, in my DNA. So falling in love with him was easy. And I said to myself, well, it's about time I start to rally around young people, because I even saw young people on their own for the first time. They were rallying around something that makes absolute sense to them. And that was the more reason why I had to take that position. I said, I'll stand with Peter. If not die, we all go die. Because I keep saying, he who is already down need fear no fall. Because look at how frustration hold everybody. Look at how after they announced the election, it was like a funeral service. Now here where we go. I can tell you myself, for 3 days, I was basically almost paralyzed. Paralyzed in the sense that I did not come out of my bed except to go and piss and come back and sleep. Because it was like my whole world just collapsed. But I knew. I even told my friends so, that Nigeria will happen to this election. So, yes, I believe in people who speak the truth. I believe in people who are upright. I believe in people whose statement has been consistent over time. I believe in people who are tenacious about what they want. Peter just a smile. We all know something about this guy, even from a distance. But I've been privileged to meet him up front, one-on-one. And I know I did not make a bad choice to stand behind him, to stand by his side, and to do whatever that is within my power that I need to do to galvanize the Nigerian youths to also fight for their future.
Okay, Father, honestly speaking, it's really emotional listening to you, but this is not time for us to pour out our emotion, especially the young Nigerian people looking up to you. We've seen the outcome of the election as they announced Tinubu as their president-elect. Whereas many Nigerians knew, just like you said, it was like a mourning, a day of mourning, a black day for Nigerians across the world when they announced Tinubu as the president-elect by INEC. It is not short of words for us to say, we are all disappointed. Now, the focus is on the tribunal. You, Charlie boy, you came from the loins of justice. You came from the loins of a man that stood as a symbol of justice, that his track record still resonates many years after him and up till today, until tomorrow. And you are looking at the tribunal today. You are looking at the court judgment or ruling with respect to transparency of the proceeding. We saw during the Oputa panel, people watched it. It was televised. People looked at, even up to today, people have record of the proceeding of that Oputa panel. Now today, we have a tribunal that has ruled against live transmission of their proceeding. Do you feel disappointed? Do you see a kind of a shift from what justice truly should be? Are Nigerians expecting justice or just judgment from your own perspective? We want to understand.
Good question. I want to say right here now that I'm a proud son of a noble father. And an apple cannot fall too far from its tree.
Correct.
So on Namolum.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I used to have heated arguments with my father even before he died. And what was the argument about? I did tell him, say, the way I did see Nigeria, where Nigeria is headed. I say, I tell you that the Supreme Court, the Court of Justice, is no longer where you can find justice. Because you don't tell the guy retire now. They say, am I not exaggerating? I say, no, Papa, I'm not exaggerating. I'm on the street. So I know what I see. We used to, like I said, have heated arguments. He said, I should have faith. I said, I don't have faith. Justice, why our country, they upside down, is that we have rules that we don't obey. These rules is like they are made for poor people. If you're poor, the rules apply to you. If you're rich, forget it. You're immune. That is not how you build a nation. They say the court is the last hope of the common man. I say no, not the Nigeria Judiciary that I know of. It cannot be the last hope of the common man. Like Dati had said, I went to this conference on democracy in London just last week, and there was a quote by Dati, and he said, "It's only the common man that can save the common man, not the court of justice." Because we all don't know what can happen. But what I will dare say is that everybody except especially these exceptional youths that I've been talking about, their eye on the Supreme Court like this. And anything to say that we are not satisfied with the judgment, or we don't feel that justice has been served, I'm sorry, that's problem for the country, problem for everybody. Because these young people, this exceptional Nigerian youth that I see, they no go grill, and I go even stand behind them not to agree. Because if we cannot arrest this evil, then we're doomed. We're doomed.
Honestly, I agree with you.
This evil must be arrested, teenager.
Yeah.
Enough is enough.
No, for sure. For sure. You know, some people will like to be politically correct about this and saying, you are trying to commit treason. You are trying to break up Nigeria. You are trying to cause chaos. To me, these men empower the INEC and those who tries to impose unconstitutional government on Nigerians. They are the real treasons, or they are the real people that are committing treasons or treasonable offense against Nigerian state. And I think it's a matter of a duty, a civic duty for Nigerians to protect their democracy and defend their constitution.
Yes.
That is my own take. That's my own belief.
Yes.
So there is nothing way out of it for Nigerians to stand up, just like Area Father has just rightly said. He stated it clearly that it is the Nigerian people that will save themselves from this madness, especially the young ones, whom their future have been mortgaged completely. Now, we have had this court ruling today that they are not going to televise it. And if you look at it, Area Father, APC, and the INEC, they are just like a team in this tribunal. Whereas INEC was expected to play neutral. I say this is how we conduct this election. But they are now defending the indefensible, their criminality in this whole process. So when you look at it, they say they don't want this tribunal to be televised on live streaming on the real time. The same APC said the same thing. And the judge now consented to them without listening to the vast majority of Nigerian people who are looking up to this tribunal as their last hope. You saying that this Nigerian judiciary or the judiciary should be the last hope of the common man. And from this ruling, to be honest with you, I've given up on these people, and we are expecting the worst. That is my own opinion. I don't know you, sir.
Well, as I said, the last hope of the common man is the common man himself. As I'm quoting Dati now, the statement he made in London.
Yeah.
And I seem to buy into that. Because if the court of justice, we cannot find justice in our court, then the last hope is us now. And if we insist that 29 of May will not hold, it will not hold though. How many people then won't kill self? I don't want to get worked up talking to you. I don't want to get emotional, okay? Because there's serious problem on the ground. But what will be will be. And I am happy, I still reemphasize that the Nigerian youth that I'm seeing now, some people inheritance, I'm not talking about those ones. I'm talking about majority of the ones that finally decided that you see this matter is a do or die for them. And that's the only way. Because if you don't show mad person, say now your own mad, now your own crazy pass, you're going to do it all the time.
Yeah.
So if now crazy, they say make all of us crazy. We go crazy the crazy now.
I agree with you, Father.
We go crazy the crazy.
I agree with you, Father. Honestly, there are people who have just joined us that would like to say hello to you and probably make their own contribution. Father, let us quickly bring in one of our analysts from Warri by Henry. Henry, you're welcome to the program. Give us your own submission with respect to what Father has said so far, talking about the whole election and the reaction coming from the court today, stating that there will be live streaming. What's your position, Henry, very quickly? Go on, Henry.
No? Please confirm you can hear me.
I can hear you, and I believe Father can hear you as well. Go on.
Okay, yeah. What happened at the court today? For me, I think is very unfortunate. It has actually come out to confirm our fears about the biased and unpredictable nature of the Nigerian judiciary. What happened is a shame, but what I want to make and state categorically is that it's not yet time to go and start crying and say, oh, this may not work out the way we want. It's even a motivation for the Labour team to do more, because they now have to go back to drawing board and make sure that they bring in more evidences and come up with more facts to be able to upstage and upend Tinubu in the substance of the matter. So today is a mixed feeling for me, but I know in the long run, everything should Peter out very well. Thank you.
All right, Henry. Do you have any one word for Father? Father is here.
Area Father, what I want to tell you is that the Lord is your strength. You're a known veteran. You, for the better part of your life, you have been pro-Nigeria, and we love what you're doing. You will never have a better yesterday. We support you in what we're doing in order to take back our country. So the Lord is your strength, and we all know that success must finally be achieved. Thank you so much for what you're doing for Nigeria.
All right, thank you, Henry. Let's give Father the ground. Father.
Can I add something? Can I say something?
Go on, Father.
You see, Chinedu, everybody listening, because of how things have deteriorated in Nigeria, start today. I know that the coming of Peter raised our hope. But you see this journey where we don't enter. I don't think that people should be too disappointed. Me, I know say they no fit, because there's too many things they want to hide. Exactly. But they can't hide it in perpetuity. It's not possible. And make una they remember, I'll always use my story, because I've been in this struggle going to 50 years. 50 years. I not start yesterday. That is why they pain me. I say, but you know, day as the day before. Because I know to waiting I fit do if my body been there as the day before. The journey of 1,000 miles, they say, starts with one step. We have taken that step. First it was SARS, then it was Mudondu, and so on and so forth. Many different things been there happening. But you see this one, we will all die here. We will all die here. And it's not a sprint. So I want to prepare the minds of young people, but it won't be far because we have resolved that you see this as stolen mandate, we must get it back.
I agree
So
with you.
go take that much time. Let us not be dwelling, say, they no one show the proceedings in court. They no one like streamer. That one day, I wasn't expecting it, if you ask me. That one day. But the team hook for many places. Let's see how they get out of that.
Yeah, I agree with
If
you,
we
Father.
want to
Father,
say we are going to have a united Nigeria, if they no want, we go know what we go do.
Now so, Father. We have Honorable Nyebuchi Okpara joining us from United States of America. Honorable, good afternoon from here.
Comrade, good morning from here. Nice to talk with you.
All right. We have in the studios our special guest, our area father, who has been with us. What is your take on what we're talking about so far?
Yeah, comrade, thank you so much for giving me this audience. And I want to specifically thank the area father, the man from Olinine Lodge. Respect to him. Actually, if you see people that fight for the common man, he's one of them. Remember, he floated his activism that he called our Mumu done too much. And, he has been on forefront of, fighting for injustice. But people don't see it as, a force. I thank him so much for coming into the program this afternoon, at least to energize youths to see what is happening. Not that he's calling for revolution, no, but he's trying to do things the way it should be. Actually, the judgment today, it wasn't a surprise to me personally because I know the system our country is running. As far as the INEC is concerned, the APC is a ruling party. Well, I know that definitely they are going to, they won't approve or give justice to live screening of this tribunal. And besides, I pray that let the justice system doesn't turn into another APC controlled judiciary, which likely to be. But let's see what happens. No hope lost. It's not yet Uhuru because when they do this, when they do the same injustice on the final judgment, then they will see the reaction of people because people are watching. You see, a lot of youths are moving out of the country, Japa, as they call it. If the system is good, who wants to leave his fatherland, my brother? Do you know how people are offending here, people like us? It's due to the situation in that country. That's why the European Union, America, the United Nations, they were not helping the country in any way. They were helping to support evil. Because the more they do this, the more we jump into their own country. And they will see the good, the bad, and the ugly from us in their country. They rather put the country in order the way it's supposed to be. The youth, who is the hallmark of any country, is the youth. So when they let us move into their country, well, whatever comes, they have to take it. We are not threatening them, but that is what it is.
I agree with you, Honorable, because following with what this Secretary of State, I'll be waiting, what's that his name? Put a call across to Tinubu and all of that. It is really a disappointing situation.
Yes, exactly.
Honorable, hang on. Father wants to respond to what you just said. Father.
Good.
Like last week, we had a small gathering, like I said, in London, and that's to talk to basically to talk to the British government. We all know what this developed country, we know what they are doing. Even Americans, they don't care really about what is happening in Africa. Their policy about Africa is poor. We know the drill. We also know that the kind of brain drain Nigeria is going through. I talk for that conference. No be Indian person, they come they rule Britain now. And if you know the strategic positions that Nigerians are occupying both in Britain and America, oh boy, you go shock you. The jobs that the common British people no want to do, Nigerians, they don't carry those jobs. I even forecasted that in the next 15 years, if time is not taken, now Nigeria will come rule Britain, just like they have an Indian MP. So if they like, let them be enabling criminals, okay? They can enable criminals so our country can war. They can come and be stealing our resources because that's what they do best. They don't have the interests of Africa. We all know. But when the shit will hit the fan, yes, West Africa will be overrun. Even by broomstick, by air, by sea, now so the catastrophe will go happen because they refuse to be a positive partner in this change that we're looking for. Yeah. They just want to make everything for our country, the dabaru, so they can make more money. Exactly. It's all about the money. Mm-hmm. It's not about anything. I warned them. I said, this thing that you're doing, enabling this criminal, this rogue in our midst, it will boomerang. It will definitely boomerang. The world is not like it used to be before. Everywhere is trouble. America is in trouble. You know, Britain, they're in trouble. The whole world is troubled. So if they want to keep adding on, disaster upon disaster to themselves, now that's happy.
Okay, Father. Let me go back to Honorable Onyebuchi. We've had America say they are placing a visa ban on politicians. We've had, or even Britain, threatening visa ban. What is so special about this visa banning of a thing? What is so special about visa to these politicians? What can you make of it, Honorable?
Yeah, thank you, comrade. When you talk about what makes it so special, a lot of things makes it so special. Who would like to be in Nigeria? They were just there looting the money, bringing the money over here, buy houses, all the houses here. You see that they all belongs to their relations and the ex-governors, ministers, and the rest of them. So they cannot fix their country. They were coming to already a well-cooked meal. When you come over here, you have a rule of law. Everything, the system works, and you have to abide by the system or you'll be deported. So now, the visa ban affects them because, one, they might equally lose their houses because you have to be paying mortgage. Even if you have the whole money here, you can't buy the house outright, to the best of my knowledge. You have to be mortgaging it because to avoid investigating you. So when they bring the money, they keep it here through their proxies. Let me tell you one thing, comrade. You see how they bring out this money? As I am here now, I want to send money to Nigeria. I will now give the dollar to their people that they planted here. The people will now use the Naira equivalent, transfer my money over there, 700, 720, 760. They will give it to me with their Naira equivalent in Nigeria. I will give them the dollar. They use it. Not that now they don't bring the dollar in cash, stack. They have their people here where we can want to save money. I want to save $2,000. I'll give to somebody they have here. The person will now call them, transfer this amount to this Nigerian Naira, to this Nigerian account. So when you place the ban on these people, my brother, it's very hard for them. They can't come. They can't come and have their time. And it's a shame to them when you put a ban to somebody that has been frequenting here. You're under investigation. And until the ban is lifted, remember, American system, once you have problem with your system, your data, they do what they call background check. Once they see it on you, you have issue. There is a red alert. There's red on your system. So they know that the only way they can do it when you ban the people, you see their properties over here as time goes on. So it's not a good idea for them to be banned. But my concern is they never mention the names. I mentioned
to be honest with you, to me, ban is not enough punishment for criminals. If you are banning them for stealing public fund and relocating it abroad and now cutting them off from having access to that stolen fund, I think it's hypocrisy. Why don't you repatriate? Why don't you block those areas and channels through which they send out these funds abroad, especially public officers? We've seen a whole lot of them, and you see them brag about all of this. And some of these things ultimately gives them their permanent residency and the rest of them. If, for instance, some of them or their children or their ward, because these guys, they use these funds to buy another life for their people in an already established civilized society. Whereas
Correct.
they leave the rest of millions of Nigerian youths to die in penury in Nigeria and in Africa. If they want to place a ban, let them make it holistic as far as I'm concerned. If they want to place a ban on these politicians, that is what I call them, they should place a ban on their families and anything that links up with them. Repatriate every one of them. Cancel whatever paper they have already gotten. Because people are dying for their sake. If that is the kind of punishment they are getting, I believe it will deter many of them from actually committing this crime against our people. But what can we say? Either Father might agree with me on this, that even he has said it here, that our problem now from the West. Father, am I mistaken?
No, you're not. My brothers, then go soon know how far. As an elder, I know fit they talk at the young bobo again, because I don't come out that bracket. Then go soon know how far. Like, I agree with you, Chinedu. The ban, the kind ban we would hear, is not what is going to solve our problem. But you see, these people, they are conning too much because they are not interested in solving our problem or helping us, rather, to solve our problem. But all I know is that this evil cannot go on for long again because all eyes don't shine. It's going to take a while. It's going to cost a lot as per human life, because you cannot make omelets without breaking eggs. It's not possible. Okay? So for all the years of our poto and our do anyhow, it will come to a head where everybody go level. And my only happiness, I will keep saying that the Nigerian youths who they see today, not be the same people I see 5-10 years ago. Things don't change. And he who is down needs fear no fall. What are we living for? We're only existing.
Thank you very much, Father. Thank you so much.
So the needful be done.
Thank you so much. You have really created serious impact. Honorable, before we let you go, can you have one or two words for Father? Any word for Father before we let you go? And then take some of the commentaries from the social media platforms. Then wrap it up.
Thank you, comrade. First and foremost, me finish the visa ban you're talking about. Just brief. You're talking about visa ban. It's on us. Why do we have National Assembly? If these people can promulgate law that will make sure that nobody goes out for medical checkup or treatment from the house, the whole country, any serving person should not go. Remember, they have immunity. The immunity these people have makes it hard to probe them. But in America, you can prove everybody that have immunity.
Exactly.
That's another one. Then you talk, as you are, comrade, your business, the BVI television, if you put it in a stock market and the people start buying shares, I think you would like to get your money to expand your station, So that's the way it is. Americans need the money. They need their money to come back. So if you bring in money to them, you're improving the economy too. Finally, I really appreciate the area father himself. He has been a motivator. We young guys like him, always emulate him because he's our role model. He always fights for the injustice. He fights for all the injustice meted on Nigerian youth. So I appreciate him. I pray that he lives long. Because, when you look at you never see his family. It's a large family. So I thank God for him, for health and otherwise. May he continue to live and protect and fight for the underprivileged. God bless him, and I appreciate talking with him today. Thank you, Area Father. Our Mumu done too much, but our Mumu will stop soon. God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
That is from Honorable Onyebuchi. Father, a lot of your children don't gather. They just gather for this Facebook. They are throwing a lot of prayer for you. Now you be our Pope this time. Honestly, let me quickly acknowledge some of their presence. That's part of our culture on our live stream. We acknowledge every one of you who have been watching and who have taken part in this conversation with our own father, the Odudu Bareba, one of Africa, the president of all frustrated Nigerians, whether home or abroad. Olumuyiwa Bamiboye, thank you for joining. And he said there must be live transmission of proceeding. Why not? This should be challenged if it is truly democracy. We have been enslaved in our nation. That is the position and reaction of Olumuyiwa on the issue of the court ruling on transmission of the proceeding. We also have Nija Mayor said Charlie Boy has spoken the truth. He said everyone just listen. Thank you for joining us. And Stanley Bright Onyema says, sir, you have rightly said it. Most of all these politicians are not actually practicing democracy, rather kleptocracy. That is coming from Stanley. And Okuchie God Love said, you've spoken well, Charlie. We have Lady Jane, our own Lady Jane. We give you kudos, reaching us from US. Said, it's really sad to hear what is happening in Nigeria. We also have Ose Okojie. He said, it is definitely true that APC and INEC are the same party. That is from Okojie. Victory Okon said, please, Nigerians, open your eyes. Ibrahim Yusuf said, you are welcome, sir. I love your speech. Now, we have more other people. If you listen further, if you take a look at the names of the people who are commenting and following, you see the spread of Nigerians from across board, that the obedient movement is not an ethnic thing. Just like APC have been trying to push it to that corner, trying to generate that narrative. Father, you've seen...
But it's not working.
It's not working. The more they try. This one is the one they call, they continue firing us. No way. So, let us just continue to take some of their commentaries because it's very important. Osei Okoje said, you can see judiciary is already compromised. After all, is the Nigerians that voted. Why now are they not allowed to see the court proceedings? to decide their own future. That is from Okoje. Then, or some of the names I might not be able to mention properly. Or the Hambo said, I think I couldn't get the name properly, and in fact, we commend you for coming on this program. We have Elizabeth Aka said, INEC is supposed to be neutral. Yes, that is what they are supposed to do, but unfortunately, they are not. They have become an extension of APC. Kingsley James said, Tinubu Pablo Escobar said he will continue from where Buhari stopped, which means we are finished now. Father, this one shocked me. this one hit me hard. What do you have to say on this one? Father, tell us, talk to us. What do you have to say on this one?
Now, for him and his family in the talk, not be like that with us. They talking home. Now, for in pocket, my brother.
Say he go continue from where Buhari stopped. We've seen the legacy of Buhari.
I say if my courageous Nigerian youths, if they don't rise up, let them not be surprised that they will be praying for a Buhari to come back. Then say, oh, Buhari time I'm better.
I agree.
This is our
I agree with you, Father.
We're talking about our future. But I believe so much in the exceptional Nigeria people that they will, when time reach, they will do the needful.
I agree with you, Father. Let's continue on some of the commentaries that we have here. From Stephanie Obi, Emeke Ekwe. Okay, Emeke Ekwe said, all right.
I don't know whether he go discharge me small because I get to go my gym.
Okay, Father. Now let's have your last word before we let you go. We can't have enough of you. Just give us your word before we let you go.
I know, say, my fellow frustrated Nigerians, I know, say, things no dey as it's supposed dey. I know that we all are going through one pain or the other, especially with our environment. But all I can say, like a father that loves his children in Peking, then say, fathers are always happy and gingered when they see a Peking wey get sense, a Peking wey dey follow the right track to continue from where he stopped. And there's this saying also that Peking wey no know wetin kill him papa, that same thing go kill him if he no take care. So for me, for now, I dey happy say they are soldiers. They are soldiers to fight this war. By that, I mean the height of the consciousness, the eyes we don't open, the exceptional, courageous Nigerian youths. I can't stop hailing them. I can't stop talking about them. Because if there's anybody to save this mess we're in, now, and I say, Father, I depend on you guys. And I know, say, una no go fall my hand or fall on our own hand too. Because this is our future and it's in our hands.
Thank you, Father.
Chinedu.
Thank you, Father. I salute you. I salute you, sir. Thank you so much. And we really appreciate you for joining us on today's program. We hope to have you more again soonest as we continue on this ballot revolution. ballot revolution. That is what we are pushing for. God bless you, sir.
Bless you too. Bless everybody. And well done, huh? Thank
All
you.
right, sir. Thank you. Okay, that is where we're wrapping it up on a time with area father himself, the Odudu Bareba, one of Africa. It's my pleasure to have him talk to us, and I believe every one of you have followed. Those of you who have been trying to call us, we are unable to take your calls, or especially video calls. But as we continue in this program, subsequently, we hope that that we are going to bring you more updates and also allow you to make your own submission live and direct through our call lines. We hope that Nigerian people will stand up and defend their future, because it's all about them. I'm just a voice. I'm an advocate for good governance. Continue watching, continue following us, continue staying put with what we are doing. That is why we have GGM, Good Governance Ministry, a super spring up from our Mumu Dondu. And we are also on the same bloodline with Charly on this mission to liberate all Nigerian people from the hands of wicked, oppressive, blood-sucking demons in the name of your political leaders. I will remain committed to this task, and I will hope that every one of you will stick with us and support our efforts on this task. To be frank with you, we need your utmost support. We hope that you can use the means, the super chat, to make your contribution, no matter how little it is, to sustain our efforts on this drive to liberate Nigerians from bad governance. Stay connected always. Watch all our updates. More are loading. We are bringing it as it is hot. From what happened in court to what is happening in Nigeria. Stay tuned and always stay connected. And above all, stay safe. Bye-bye for now. Till I come back on Political Review.